What's going on, you guys? How you all are doing? Well, before getting into today's video, shout out to Siddharth Mishra for asking a video on my game settings. So here it goes, this is my settings video. Well, before going any further, let me tell you that in this video I'm only gonna talk about my multiplayer settings because that is only what I actually care about. As I told in my previous video, I don't play Battle Royale more often. So let's begin with control settings. Here I use advanced firing mode. In that my every weapon is set to hip fire option. After that, this is my actual control setup or simply my HUD. I play 5 fingers claw and almost everything here is set to very low opacity, but to show you my layout I increased the opacity. Moving on, here is the basic settings. In that, aim assist is enabled. Fast throw grenade is disabled because I like to cook grenade before throwing it, which increases the chance of securing kill. Quick run from prone is also enabled because I move a lot, and after drop shotting it helps you to get out of the situation more easily. Joystick auto sprint is enabled. It means if you pull your joystick upwards then you will start running. But fixed right fire button is disabled. This option locks your right fire button on the right side of your screen so that if accidentally you pull your right fire button in the left side, it won't start shooting. Anyways, my right fire button is already on the left side of my screen, so I disabled this setting. Fixed joystick is disabled. It's more easy in the free form. Next is fixed virtual joystick display position. It's also disabled because sometimes if you're facing multiple enemies and if you get panic and then mess up your movement, then you can get stuck. Now right fire button for fixed perspective. Now what this thing does is it locks your right fire button into its predefined position. It means you can pull your right fire button but up to its radius only. But again, it only works if your right fire button is in a fixed position. Next is release right fire button of shotgun to hip fire. This means you can tap and hold while using shotgun and it will fire when you release the hold of that button. Next is hide prone button, which means you have to hold down the crouch button in order to go in the snake mode. If you perform drop shotting more often, then I would suggest to disable this setting so that you will get a separate prone button. Moving on, my ADS setting is set to tap and hold to ADS. Well, it's your personal choice. For me, it's very hard to tap an ADS, so I like to hold the ADS button until I want the aiming sights to be open. Next setting is display left fire button, which is disabled because I don't use it. I only use my right fire button. Next setting is for sliding, which I set to tap only. Next is always sprint, which is enabled because as I told earlier, I move a lot. Gyroscope is disabled, I never used that. Camera FOV, which means field of view. This setting determines how much or how less you will actually see on your screen. Higher FOV range means you will see more part of the map, but enemies and models will appear smaller in size. And low FOV range means you will see less part of the map, but enemies and models will appear bigger in size. If you are having a good device, then you can set FOV range to higher value. But in a low-end device, sometimes the game can start lagging if your FOV value is very high. Moving on to audio and graphics. In this, graphics quality is device specific and frame rate I will suggest keep it as high as possible. Now for sensitivity settings, this is actually a very sensitive topic. So I'll make a separate video for sensitivities and how to find your own sensitivity. But still, here are my sensitivity settings. Well, if you enjoyed this video, then like, comment and subscribe if you haven't, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well. This being said, let's wrap up this video. Hope you all are doing well. Stay tuned. Much love. See you guys later.